Have you ever dreamed of being a conqueror? Have you ever wanted to conquer all of the Atlantic and Mediterranean islands? Well, look no further, because you can in the glorious game of Crusader Kings III. We will be starting, of course, in the Chiefdom of Ousterland, which is a part of Eastland, as Chieftain Garthar. He is an arbitrary, lazy, and arrogant man, and he has great things ahead of him. Alright, so we have several things we need to do before we unpause the game. First of all, we need to pick a lifestyle focus. Because of learning, we already have a lot of these learning perks, so I'm just going to go with learning for now because I'd like to get whole of body. That's a nice perk to have, and I think some scholarship perks could help us get some cultural fascinations as well. So I'm just going to pick the scholarship focus to be smart, and we'll probably switch over to martial at some point just so we can be a better conqueror. Next step, we need to find someone for our son to marry. Our son is a very cunning man. He's an elusive shadow. He's vengeful, arbitrary, but at least he's honest. And there aren't many great options, but I think I'm going to marry him to Jorun I'm going to marry him to Jorun Ketil's Dottir Flatniffer of the Isle of Mon. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to pronounce any of these names correctly, but that'll give us a nice little 618 troops that'll help us out in wars. Next, we have an empty council position. That just means we need a marshal, but of course we don't have enough court members, so we can't hire a marshal for now. And aside from that, we need a wife. So I'm going to marry... I'd like to avoid marrying someone from one of these islands, because I'm going to take them over pretty quickly. This is just a random commoner, but she's actually got like really good skills for assisting me in ruling. I'll lose 100 prestige for marrying someone who's unlanded, but I think she's a pretty good candidate for my wife. And if I want to have kids, I can also just find a bunch of concubines, so I'm going to do that. Okay, now that we've got our court all handled, let's get down to business. Okay, we also have this guy in our court who is a guest, and if we pay him 6 gold, we can recruit him, and then we can make him into our marshal. And now we have a full council. I think our next goal will be to start conquering. So of course we're going to start with the Tribe of Torshaven because, well, they're in the middle of the ocean and they have nobody living there. So it should be a pretty easy first conquest. I'm just going to go declare war on them, raise my armies up. Very nice. And I'm just going to sail right over there. I don't think they'll see it coming. And they say the chances are even. We actually need to be careful about this. The problem is, when we get off of boats, we get a pretty big disadvantage. So, conquering islands is going to be a hard task. I think what I should do is maybe have my wife help me with chivalry right now. And then maybe I'm going to send these guys back home for a bit so we can get some more levies. I'm also going to increase the size of my Vigmin men-at-arms because these guys will help me out. Alright, and now that we've got some more men-at-arms, I think I'm going to raise my armies again. And let's try going over there again and see if we have a better chance of winning a fight against them. Also, my concubine is pregnant. Very nice. Okay, so despite having like twice as many guys as them, they still say the chances are even. But what I've noticed in this game is when they say that, they usually are wrong because like if you outnumber them, you pretty much always win. So let's see what happens. They have a pretty heavy disadvantage, but yeah. And we had a wounded champion, but otherwise we were able to take them down pretty much no problem. We did suffer some casualties, but honestly that's not bad considering we had 1,400 people to begin with, 1,200 people to end, not horrible. And it looks like our neighboring ruler, Chiefdom Ouster of Vesterland, is trying to take over the Chiefdom of Ousterland. So that's something we have to worry about. Hopefully we can take over this really quickly so that we can get back and defend ourselves. Also, my wife is pregnant. And I have a son. And he's albino and is a child of concubine. Luckily, he's not my heir. I'll name him... I don't even know how to pronounce that. I'll name him Helgi, because I can pronounce that. Luckily, he's not my heir. What happened to him? Internal injuries. I guess he died in the war. I take back what I said about this kid. I guess he is my heir now. That's really unfortunate. But worse things have happened. I can always disinherit him if I get a better kid. Alright, I won this war. I'm going to enforce my demands and take over this territory. And Then I'm going to head home because there's some guys. Luckily, I was able to keep them away from me by just standing menacingly right here. And now they walk away. I will wait another 8 days until we aren't considered recently disembarked, and then I'm going to go wipe them into the ground. They say chances are even, but I'm not sure how, because I have 3 things going for me and they don't have anything going for them. Chances are even is just not true in this case. I can also get a learning perk, so I'm going to get Whole of Body just because it makes me really healthy. And at the age of 44, my character's still in good health, so that's pretty good. And it looks like these stupid people from Vesterland are going over here. And, oh, great, I'm going to have another dead child because he's sickly. Okay, cool. They're saying I'll probably lose this fight, so I just won't do it. That's not their target, so it doesn't really matter if they take that one over. I'm just going to go take over Reykjavik. Aha, and I have another son. Child of concubine, that's unfortunate, but otherwise he's fine. I'll name him... I don't know about any of these names. Dager, I can pronounce that. Reykjavik is also their capital, so if I take it over, I should be able to get some good war score. Okay, I conquer Vesterland, and now I've been imprisoned. Great. I am free. Cool. This game is off to a amazing start. I just lost my main holding. I hate doing this, but I just have to get Ousterland back. Actually, you know what? Screw Ousterland. I want Vesterland. It has Reykjavik in it. Yeah, I'm declaring war on you. It was unfair that I lost that war. It was only because I got captured. Which really shouldn't have happened, because I could just lead the army and then I can't get captured. Well, I can, but it's less likely to happen. Alright, I took over Vesterland. Now I just have to take over this tribe. Let's see, my son is bossy. This actually is really good. He's a little bit scary, but he can have a good martial education now because he's bossy, so that makes him actually a pretty solid heir if we're trying to take over the world, or at least all the islands in the world. And I can get another learning perk, so I'm going to get scientific. This just makes our culture unlock things faster. Let's see, there's a battle going down in Reykjavik, and we have extreme advantage because they're recently disembarked. Let's hope we can win and take over Vesterland from them. And it looks like there's only one other holding of theirs I can take over, and that's Ousterland. And they're trying to fight me again, but... Great. Great, screw this game. I don't care that they just beat me, I'm going back into their holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I won. Except for right as I won, they took back Vesterland. If I had been playing the game slower, I could have declared victory on them before I actually... Hold on, let me time this right, so that way they don't take over my other holding. Yes, you have to give me back your territory, because I hate you. Great. Ooh, I can hold a great sacrifice. I kind of want to take the stupid chieftain lady. Yeah, her. I kind of want to take her prisoner, just because she deserves to get sacrificed. I think that might be a solid idea. Let's hold a grand blot. All the freemen of my domain shall come. Might as well raise a runestone as well. I need new... I don't have any courtiers, that's unfortunate. I'm going to recruit this guy, because he's good at stewardship. I'm going to make him into a Satru, and I'm going to recruit him, and I'm going to make him my steward. This guy is okay, I guess. I'll make him convert and make him join my court as well. Then I can have some council members. So this guy can be my marshal, this guy can be my steward, and I don't have a chancellor, but I can live without a chancellor. I have the opportunity to challenge Chieftain Alfgeir, this guy, to a trial by combat. I'm gonna go fight this guy for gold. I'm sure I can win. Alright, trial by combat now. Oh man, it's shirts off, it's getting serious. Okay, I can charge in swinging wildly. I'll do that. I won, haha. I got money. I can get a new learning perk as well. This allows me to get planned cultivation. Actually, I'm not going to get planned cultivation. I'm going to get pedagogy. And I think that means I should make this guy, my heir, into my ward, and he'll get extra skill. That's a good thing to have. Uh-oh, my wife doesn't like me because I'm reading too much. We can work together. Or I can just focus on my reading. Yeah, who needs women? We have books. Very cool. My wife is pregnant. That's nice. Pretty sure I just told her I wanted to read my books instead, but sure. Might as well have more children. I think our next goal should be to take over more islands, so I'm of course going to declare war on this guy. I'd like your Chiefdom of Ousterland, and I will go to war over it. I'll probably lose. Oh, geez, these guys are actually really good. We might have to be careful with how we manage this. The only advantage I have is more soldiers. I think I'm gonna win. I'm gonna see how it goes, but usually more soldiers is a free win. Yeah, I knew it. My marshal got severely injured, though. We were losing a bit at the start, but it was fine. Oh, I have a daughter now, too. She can be Inga. I don't care about her. And one of my concubines is pregnant as well. I'm going to have my marshal increase control in our Vesterland area because we're getting thieves guilds and stuff. Alright, easy win. I took my foe hostage too, so I'm just going to ransom him out real quick for an extra 50 gold and then win the war. Alright, let's get this land. We're going to have to give it away to a vassal because we have too many holdings. So it's our land, but it's going to be owned by... I'll give it to my son, because he needs to get some experience. He becomes independent. Oh, I don't want that. Here. This is how we cannot make it independent. We can create the Northern Isles Duchy. We are now a mighty Jarl, and in being a mighty Jarl, we can have vassals. And I can have a chieftain as a vassal, and so I can make my son into a chieftain, and give him Hjältland. This will give him experience in the martial education, too, because rulers get to, get perks over time. I think, if I recall correctly. He might have to be an adult first, but either way, it'll be good for him. Aha, and I have another daughter. She can be girly. How many kids do I have? I already have 6 children. Well, except for this guy who was murdered. I think what I should do is I can't declare war against these guys. Actually, it looks like I can now. I was gonna raid them, but I'm just gonna declare. I have a truce. What do you mean I have a truce? Another 21 months. Okay. You know what that means, though? That means we can go raiding. Because I'm pretty sure you can raid even if you have a truce. I can also get another learning perk. I will get open-minded. This lets me learn extra languages, and people like my culture more. I don't know if that'll help me, but it unlocks better stuff later on the line. Looks like I can't actually raid these guys because of my truce, but I can go down to Scotland and go mess some stuff up. So let's go. Oh, I did not want to fight these guys. Whoops. Alright, well... Fine. I did beat them. That wasn't really what I wanted, but I got some prestige for doing it. And I'm just going to go steal these guys' money. I took their child hostage. I'll ransom him. Oh, no. He doesn't consider his child important. Okay, well, I guess I won't ransom him. I'm just going to go attack these guys next. Hopefully there's nobody waiting for me. And I have another son. He can be called Guthrother. We can have a nice little raid over here. Get some $15. Very nice. I took more people hostage. And we can go here. Alright, we got some more money. We'll just head up here next. Raid this temple. My wife got some good war strategies. That's good. And we'll go raid this tribe. Raiding is very profitable. And it looks like nobody in Scotland is really trying to stop us right now, so cool. I will just freely raid the countryside. And then I'll go over here. And I'm going to raid this place too. Alright, now we've got like $82. I'm going to go home. And I have a son. And he'll be called Ottar. Uh-oh, Ottar is sick. That's unfortunate. It's okay, I have 6 other children, so if he dies, it'll be fine. And I got some loot from that raid. Oh, and I can also pick a trait for my kid to have. He already got arrogant, but I can also change the trait to something else. It'll cost me some stress, but I can make him compassionate or callous. I actually think arrogant is a good choice, though, because it gives him extra prestige, and being prestigious helps you out as a ruler, as a tribal ruler, because pretty much everything costs prestige. Speaking of spending things with prestige, we got some good loot from that raid, so we can build some palisades. I also don't have a truce with the stupid Icelandic Jarl Arthur anymore, so I have claims to the Chiefdom of Ousterland, but let's see which one's better. She converted Ousterland to Catholicism. Why would she do that? I just want Ousterland back, I think. Let's do that. I'm not sure why they're saying I'm probably going to lose this battle. Better army commander doesn't mean that much. I mean, yeah, they're better by like 1 point. I think I'm still going to win the fight. It looks like they're going to run away. Alright, we took that over. I captured her bishop. Now I'm just going to go take over Austfither, which apparently we will lose decisively. Alright, I now occupy Ousterland. I also have the opportunity to give another trait to my son. I can give him Callous or Compassionate. Obviously, we're going to go with Callous, because Compassionate just makes you feel bad for everyone. So, yeah. Not a great choice, because I'd rather him get something that boosts his martial, but it's better than nothing. And we're going to take a quick boat ride over here. I'm not going to fight them, because it says we'll lose decisively. I'm just going to take over their holding. 16 days, they have 31 days. Yeah, if we're fast about it, we can take this over before they take our holding over. And that means we can win the war. Haha. I won. I have almost all of Iceland now. And now she can be made into our vassal, I believe. Well, first we have to form this duchy. Well, it looks like we can't usurp her, so we can't make her our vassal. That is unfortunate. We're also above our domain limit, so I'm just going to give away another one of these islands. I'll give this to my other son. He deserves some land too. I'm also going to quickly start converting our faith, since we'd like to all be Asatru, or otherwise we might get uprisings. I'm going to convert these guys from Catholicism back to Asatru. It will apparently take 17 years, but it's probably worth it in the long run. And we can get our control back using our marshal. And we have a daughter now. I don't care about her. She can be Karaka. 9 children. That's a pretty good number. And I think our next goal will be to take over this other island so we can have all 3 of the Northern Isles. So let's just declare war on this guy. I want your county. We'll gather up our armies real quick, and then I'll go sail right next to this place and see what it looks like. 336 troops. I think we will probably win this battle. Even with the heavy disadvantage due to attacking an island, we still won decisively. And it looks like Ottar is no longer sickly. I kind of forgot about that. But good. At least all my kids will survive. I also found out that this guy, my marshal, is a non-believer. I don't know if that matters. I guess I can blackmail him to get a hook on him. I don't know if that'll help me though. And I can get another perk. I'll get scholarly circles because that just makes my learning even higher. Ha, I now control this, and I can also, of course, I can ransom my foe out before then winning the war. Very nice. And as is tradition, we have to give this away to a vassal because we can't control this much land. I have another son. I can really just give all these to my various children because I have so many of them. Alright, based on what is considered all these highlighted lands are the islands I have to take over. So it looks like our next best bet is to take over these. So I will probably have to do that. Unfortunately, it is controlled by this guy who has a pretty nice military strength compared to ours, so we might have to get some allies. The nice thing about allies, however, is you can really easily get them just by arranging a marriage for your daughter. We can get a very nice ally with this guy just by sending our daughter Inga to go live with him. So I'll do that. This will make conquering a lot easier because then we can just use some of our prestige to call this guy in to help us. And now, this guy should be very easy to conquer. I want your duchy. I'll take over this one first, but then I'll also have to do this one, because we can only conquer one county at a time. I'll declare war. I will create a rally point right here in the closest possible spot, and I will raise my armies. And in 19 days, we will set sail. And I might as well spend the prestige to call my ally to this war, because it might be a little bit difficult otherwise. I'm not sure, but there's no real harm. And we're just going to disembark right here. Looks like the Chiefdom of Ousterland has also created a peasant rabble against me. I'm guessing that's because, yeah, they are upset that we are not Catholics like them. But unfortunately, we have to stay as Asatruan because that's the goal of the achievement. Aha, and here are our friends from Brittany. 6,000 troops. This should make this really easy. And we also have our son, who can get one final perk. He can become fickle, he can become content, or he can become trusting. I think the best bet here is fickle. It'll lower his stewardship, but otherwise it'll actually be a pretty good trait. I don't know. I think having a high intrigue might be a good thing in this case, though, because it keeps you from getting murdered. Trusting is just garbage. Yeah, I'll take fickle. Alright, and then in this war, of course, we're just going to go over to their capital, take over some of it. Our allies are here too, so this shouldn't even be that hard. It does look like these enemies might be trying to stop us, but I'm not too concerned. And I have another son. No special traits to speak of, so we'll just name him Einar. 10 children, by the way. This is like one of the largest amount of children I've ever had. I've taken over these guys' capital, and then I'm going to go right over here. Hopefully I can get my allies to help me out in this case as well. They sent in one extra guy to assist me. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness. I just found out that my steward has taken my wife as his lover. That's unfortunate. I can get a strong hook on her. And I can get another learning perk. And I'll get apostate just because it makes the Catholics not hate me as much. I'm not sure if this will prevent the peasant rabble from rising up. It probably won't, but... Aha! My son has finally grown up. He actually got the highest possible martial education, brilliant strategist, and he got the Winter Soldier perk, which is really good. So that's great. And we can get him married now. Let's see who can get a good alliance. We can get alliance with these guys. Sure, I'll marry your daughter. She's bossy as well, so she'll actually be good at assisting him in his martial dealings. And I can make my son my chancellor now, and that'll make him happy because he's a vassal and he wants a council position. And it looks like these allies I just formed are asking me to go to war with them. So I'll accept. We might not get over there in time, but hopefully they don't get mad at me. And it looks like my other son has come of age, and he's actually become a skilled tactician himself. So that's nice. I'm going to make him into my marshal because he wants a council position as well, and he's better than my current marshal. And it looks like we won our war. We can enforce our demands, and this guy will give me my title of these islands. And it looks like we also have a dangerous faction in the peasant rabble, but I'm not too worried about them. And as is tradition, we're going to give this land away to one of our vassals. I think we have more sons we can give it to. Yeah, my next oldest son, this guy. If all my vassals are just my kids, they're less likely to get mad at me. And it looks like my other son has come of age. He is kind of stupid, though. But that's okay. He wasn't going to be inheriting anything anyways. And it looks like I can declare war on this stupid lady again. She's pretty weak now because she doesn't have any more land. So I should be able to take over her final county pretty easily. Let's see. Chances are even. Yeah, I doubt that. My son is commanding another army. Eminder, he can command this. Because now, defending a river crossing shouldn't be an issue because I can cross rivers without a penalty. Let's hope Eminder can finally make something of himself. We lost that war. I didn't care about that war. Alright. I don't have an alliance with this guy anymore. Well, that's unfortunate. Hopefully that we don't need that alliance. Oh, the peasants are mad. I'm going to fight them. How many are there? 305? I'm not even going to look at them. I'm just going to finish my siege of this last Icelandic holding. Wow, they are really, really sadly trying to take it back. They lost all their guys except for 4. That's so sad. And I can get a learning perk. I'll get learn on the job because that makes my counselors teach me things. Oh, my wife is upset at me again. I don't know why she hates me so much, but that's okay. I'm going to tell her I don't care. Oh, they're sending in another 92 guys. These poor fools. I won the war. I took her hostage. I think she needs to be executed. I don't like her. She's ruined my life too many times. Okay, now I'm going to win this war. Who is it against now? Her son? Okay, well, yeah. And we, of course, need to go deal with... Oh, no. We're actually losing to the peasants. They are occupying Ostfjordur. Also, there are more than 300 of them. They lied to me. Where are they going? These peasants are being obnoxious. We should be able to form the Duchy of Ousterland as well, so that should be a good help for us. And these guys are about to get... They're about to find out what's going on. They're about to find out what happens if they decide to make a stupid peasant rabble. They lose. And their leader gets put in my prison. And you know what happens to people who go to my prison? I kill all of them. I can also raise a runestone. That seems like a good idea. This guy has 29 prowess. This random legendary blade master just came to my court. He wants $70, but honestly, that seems worth it. I can challenge Chieftain Uller. I don't think I will. I think he actually might beat me, because my character is kind of an old man. And he loses a lot of his prowess due to being old. 62. Wow, I'm kind of surprised he's still alive, actually. I can get a book. I can try and negotiate a book. I can just steal the book, or I can not get a book. I'll try and get a book. I negotiate a better price. I now have this cool book. That's as part of the new DLC. I can have a book equipped. What does it do? It gives me extra 0.1 prestige and a little bit of learning. Okay, finally, I think I'm going to try and get one last island. These islands, the Earldom of the Inner Hebrides. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly, but it doesn't matter because I'm about to take it over. I can get another learning perk too. Now I can become a scholar. And I should be able to win this war just by taking Islay back. And with this victory, I can now enforce my demands. This gives me more islands. And of course, I'm over my domain limit again. But I'll just give these to someone. Do I have another son I can give it to? Probably. This one, yes. You are the proud owner of a new duchy, or a county. And with that conquest, I think this might be a good place to wrap things up for this episode. If you enjoyed watching Crusader Kings, as it is something new on my channel, please consider leaving a like, as it would let me know what I should do next on this channel. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, but you'd like to see more videos, please consider hitting that subscribe button, as it might help you in the future. And with that being said, I will see you all next time. Goodbye.